reading from the Gospel of John. Jesus said, "They who have my commandments and keep them are those who love me. And those who love me will be loved by my Father, and I will love them and reveal myself to them." Judas, not Iscariot, said to him, "Lord, how is it that you will reveal yourself to us and not to the world?" Jesus answered him, "Those who love me will keep my word, and my Father will love them, and we will come to them and make our home in them. Whoever does not love me does not keep my words, and the word that you hear is not mine, but is from the Father who sent me. I've said these things to you while I am still with you, but the Advocate, the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name, will teach you everything and remind you of all that I have said to you." Here in John's Gospel, we have a Jesus who continues to draw connections between himself, the Father who sent him, and those whom have been given to him in the world by his Father, he says. His disciples, his followers, his students, his friends, you and me. Jesus says, "Those who love me will keep my word." And that leaps out to me because I think somewhere, perhaps in my childhood, I got the order of operations in a different way. I think somewhere I learned about the Ten Commandments, and I understood that if I knew the rules and followed the rules, that maybe Jesus would love me. If I knew the rules and followed the rules, maybe God would love me. But in any case, I understood in my child's mind that the order was, first I became perfect, and then God would love me. But Jesus is saying here to his disciples and saying to you and me that it's exactly the opposite. That when we love him, we will find ourselves living by the way of life that he has shared with us. When we love him, we will not have any choice but find ourselves drawn in more deeply into God's heart, into God's love, into the love that flows between Jesus and his Father. Jesus tells us that it begins with our loving him, our loving God, and that when we can do that, when we root ourselves in love first, then we find ourselves drawn into the life that God has described for us, the life that will flow from love, the life that will find itself strengthened by God, as he says, "My Father and I will come and make a home with you," or make a place with you. He ends this section of today's gospel by giving us the first hint of the Holy Spirit's role to come, that the Holy Spirit will come and strengthen us and help us recall all those things that Jesus taught his disciples. But it begins with love. And so my encouragement to you today is that I hope you can find a way to center yourself in your love for God, your love for Jesus, your love for others, and see what comes to you in this day from that centering, that recentering in love. See where that might encourage you or push you one way or another in your own actions today. See if you don't find yourself more closely aligned with God's love for you, God's love for the world, and Jesus's description for us of what a good life looks like. May God strengthen you this day and always, and may you find yourself hopelessly in love with the God who created you.